Hopefully, this narrated slideshow will give you a break from reading. If you'd like, you can get out your textbook. I will note on each slide what page number I am using from the textbook. But be aware that some of the content will not be coming from this textbook. You should also treat this PowerPoint as if it were an in-class lecture, and I strongly suggest that you take notes. Revision is a thinking process that occurs anytime you're working on a writing project. It means you look at your writing with a fresh eye. That is, re-seeing your writing in ways that will let you make more effective choices throughout your essay. Writing in general is not a neat, linear process. I love to plan and anticipate my next move, but I've learned to accept that when writing, you often jump around from generating new ideas, writing them down, organizing them, to revising them, and then returning back to writing. So the assumption many students have is that when they begin revising, they will begin their final step. And they also think that they'll conduct an autopsy of sorts. They may think that they'll have to fix their piece just once without having to return to their writing desk. This is simply not true. Revision also entails revisiting new ideas. Actually, critically reviewing the content is the first step in revision, so don't just focus on grammar and mechanical errors. Finally, revision is not a punishment or futile busy work. Rarely, if ever, does anyone, even professional writers, produce the results he or she wants without revising. Personally, when I finished my master's thesis, which is a very large writing project, I revised and revised and revised before turning it into my professor. When I turned it into her, I thought it was perfect. But later, when I began working on that same piece to submit it for publication in a professional journal, I found myself revising it on and off for another 6 months. By the time I was finished, huge changes were made, both content and grammar related. I was shocked at how much revising one writing project could have. Because this is an online class, I'll assume you have a decent amount of knowledge with computers and their word processors. I love using Microsoft Word. One of the most prized tools the computer offers writers is the spell checker. With spell check, I'll oftentimes misspell a word, and my computer will automatically fix it without warning, and I may not notice this. Many of us who have grown up with such features on the computer are from what I like to call the spell check generation. And you may be shocked to realize that I, your very own English teacher, am a member of the spell check generation. I've been conditioned to rely a bit too much on my spell checker, and in the process, I've become a not so good speller. But this is no excuse for bad spelling, especially for homophones. You know, words that sound the same but are spelled differently, like new and red, etc. So don't rely on any computer program to do your editing and proofreading for you. Today, many schools have professionally staffed writing centers and computer labs open to composition students. At Glendale Community College, the Writing Center offers students free 30-minute appointments with faculty members to discuss their writing. To make an appointment, you have to sign in at the Writing Center appointment book at the West Information Desk in HT2. Phone reservations will not be accepted. You can also try doing a walk-in appointment, but they'll only accept you if no other student has already signed up for the time. When you come to your appointment, bring a legible copy of any work you have done. Also, bring my handout and requirements for the particular assignment you're working on. Finally, Glendale Community College has an amazing electronic writing center where students who can't make an appointment can submit their essays electronically. A faculty member will spend 30 minutes critiquing it and then email the advice back, usually within 48 hours. I strongly recommend that you use the writing lab throughout this class. The one-on-one help with a professional will help you significantly. When revising, don't try to look at all the parts of your paper at the same time. Trying to re-see everything at once is not productive and will overwhelm you. There is no right way to revise, but for the rest of this presentation, I will give you a suggested step-by-step process. We will rethink, and then rethink some more. Finally, we'll edit and proofread. For every essay you write, look at the directions and guidelines I provided and ask if you have fulfilled the basic purpose of the assignment. Did you follow the directions carefully? See if you understand the purpose of your essay. Are you trying to inform, persuade, or amuse your readers? Does this purpose you selected coincide with the nature of the assignment? Now read the thesis. Does your essay reflect the clearly understood purpose by offering an appropriately narrowed and focused thesis? What if someone read your body paragraphs? Would they be able to create a correct thesis based on the information you gave? These are very important questions to ask to understand if you have understood the purpose of the essay.